All right, guys, let's take a quick look at the Tesla chart, and then I'm going to close up with that. And today it was down about 12%. I mean, it's still moving in the after hours, 12.4% down. You can make this stuff up. You can write a better story of this guy, and kind of what it did with this. I mean, on the way up, it was kind of magical, and this whole thing, and then here it comes, kind of getting crushed. We were looking at it since it broke this 204 level, and that kind of neckline I put up on Twitter, and I said 102 should be the targets here. There's a nice kind of confluence, about a 38.2% pullback. I think this is in a log scale from this low, and then you're getting a little bit of a 161.8 multiple of this wave 1 from this wave 2. Again, just on a percentage base. We're approaching those levels. Everybody's excited about this kind of $100 level, holding. But who knows? I mean, true, it's maybe a bit oversold. I mean, if I'm looking at the weekly, it's not even that oversold. Look how oversold it got on the upside. Why wouldn't get that oversold on the downside? I mean, imagine if it gets to 20 RSI. I mean, that stock is going to go to 80, maybe 70. So if it really wants to go crazy, it can go all the way down here to 59, 60 bucks. I think that would be the next targets, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's where it's going to go. I still think a lot of people are trying to kind of catch this knife. I talked about it last week too, that there's a big retail interest, continues to be in Tesla, and I don't see why. When the market is clearly selling off like crazy, you would maybe want to wait for this guy to, show you something on the bullish side. A little bit of a hammer, a little bit of a, morning star, some kind of a doji, some kind of a bearish engulfing, some kind of a reversal pattern on the candles, and then also, as a formation. But we're probably going to get a fourth wave and then another drop. This story is going to continue into 2023, and it won't be pretty. I don't think so. And, it's probably going to be prone to some sharp rallies. Musk would probably come, say something, excite, people, and oh my goodness, this is a low in Tesla. It's probably going to climb 20, 30%, and then they're going to hammer it lower again. So, don't put your hopes, in my view, in any rallies in here. I think even if they're coming, they're going to be short-lived. They're going to sell them. And it's probably going to take a while until the stock stabilizes. Here we are on the daily, pretty oversold on the RSI, right at about 20. But again, oversold can become more oversold, and there's nothing here that's suggestive of a low just yet, other than maybe this 1618 level kind of coming shortly at 102. That's what I will be watching in Tesla. I mean, I don't think that this is a viable count anymore. It's getting to me, I don't know. Let me just go to a bigger time frame and see, because I have wave 1 here with the wave 2, 3. So I guess in terms of this, it's got, a lot of room, and it just kind of pulled back 38%. Let's just do a fourth here. So here you are at 106. So on the log scale, this is 38%, 38.2% for the fourth wave. And, that would be, let's say, an ideal pullback for it. Will this be the low in it? Again, I don't think that the structure is completed as an ABC. I think the C wave lacks completion. There's probably needs to be a fourth and a fifth still, which will pull it below 38.2%. But it's maybe a little bit of a ray of hope for bulls. Let's say that you're in the prior fourth wave area, you're in the 38.2%, and there might be something here that can give you a little bit of hope on this stock kind of reversing, or at least stabilizing up into these levels. But I would not hang my hat on it until you're starting to see, some signs from this market that a low has been found, and that means, again, just some kind of a candlestick reversal formation, some kind of a fourth and fifth, divergences, stuff like that. I mean, this stock it's still on the RSI, it's still straight down. So, if you ask me, do I prefer this as a fourth wave? I would be surprised if it is. But let me tell you that much. But we'll see. the fact that it broke below this kind of corrective channel makes it very hard to count it as a fourth wave. It's more suitable to a you know, more of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 type decline with you know, with a lot more pain coming, and maybe a wave A in here, then a B, then another C into the next, I don't know, 3, 4 years. So that's you know, this is where we are. You know, I mean, I think the investors are punishing this guy because of you know, and you know the story. I don't have to repeat it, right? Because of kind of what happened in Twitter, and because of maybe some of his behavior on Twitter, stuff like that. And once something kind of gets going and people start to get margin calls and they need to liquidate the stock, and it was a live stock, so you know, if somebody holds it on major losses and they need to put collateral for it or whatever, but if they continue to squeeze you out of it, it's hard. And there is pretty much, you know, no support. I mean, there's this drop in here again at 106, 107, which is where we are right now if you look back in September 2020, and then there's not much until this swing high at about $65, which is near 50%, and if you get to 50, you're probably going to get to 61.8. So you know, on the monthly time frames, it's just kind of one huge candle, you know, which is large. But all right, I'll just kind of leave it at that on Tesla. I don't think I have you know, a whole lot more to say. Let me see here. Just look into this a little bit. No, this is just, you know, some of my kind of previous fib measurements in here. Hey, listen, it could be, without speculating too much, right? Just because, I mean, it's easy to hit something when it's down, but you know, it could, the story of Tesla, you know, with Elon Musk and everything else, and you know, their amazing cars, whatever. But the story of Tesla could be that it's coming back here towards $25, and you know, even if it takes the rest of the year or over the next couple of years with corrections and stuff like that, you know, it could come all the way back there. It could happen, you know, soon. Who knows, right? It could just be a big crash in the stock as people are kind of getting out. And, you know, the valuation, a lot of people don't believe that it's worth, even now, you know, 350 billion or whatever it is, let alone over $1 trillion that it was up here into these highs. And I'm not a Tesla hater or anything like that, but, you know, price is king. And once they go, and you just kind of have to respect that. So guys, I'll leave it at that. Let me know what you think, you know. So I enjoyed this video, and I'll talk to you a bit later. I'm going to jump over and take a look at Bitcoin next, because things over there are not that pretty either.